Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Shine with Julie. Today I have a special holiday tip time for you. We're heading into a season, we've kind of already started the season, where it's a little bit different. The stress level is a little bit higher, and maybe you're already feeling that. For some of you, you already know that I've been on a journey for the last 7 years, really a holistic journey, looking at every part of my well-being, from my internal, mental, emotional state, to my physical health. What does that look like for me? And I've learned a lot in that time frame that I'm now going to be bringing to you over the next few weeks. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you today is really how to get through the holidays, how to get through the holidays with comfort and joy, no matter what is going on around you, because there's a crap ton going on in the world right now. You might have known that. But it's a question of how are we dealing with it? How are we dealing with the anxiety and the stress that comes from a normal holiday season, but we're still not in a normal holiday season. We still have things that are swirling around us in the world that are affecting our holidays in a number of different ways. And it might have been a loss of a loved one. It might have been just the state of the world, and you are still separated from family for one reason or another. But that impacts our mental and emotional state. And then not even thinking about the food. The food is all around us. And us as women, 93% of women think about food all the time. What are you going to eat? What should you be eating? What you should avoid eating? It's constantly swirling up here. And at the holidays, we have not only our normal life, but oftentimes we have friend gatherings, we have family gatherings, we have work parties, we have people bringing in more food to work because they're getting it at home. And so what we need to do is look at, what does that look like, right? How can we navigate the holidays with comfort and joy? So I've put together this little survival guide that you can download. I'll tell you in a minute how to download it. Well, I'll tell you right now. If you go to my link in bio, you will see the 10 ways to have comfort and joy this holiday season. We're going to talk about a few of them right now. And I want to start out with this one. And it might be counterintuitive to you, but move your body. You will not believe what moving your body. And by this, I'm not meaning just exercise. If you like to exercise, have at it. If that's your happy place, have at it. But for just this month, if exercise does not light you up, then do movement differently. Maybe have dance parties. I was in a conference, a virtual conference a year and a half ago, and every hour they did a little dance break. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love to have little dance parties. And so think about movement a little bit differently. Get out and walk. Even in Illinois right now, it's December 2nd and it's going to be 56 degrees today. If you don't think I'm going to be outside, oh my gosh, I'm taking advantage of this until it gets super cold again. But move your body, get out, have a dance party with your kids, with your dogs. It doesn't matter. Put on your favorite Christmas music, favorite song, have at it. So that is one way, because what happens when we move our body, we get out of our head. Just for a moment, we get out of our heads, and it's just being free in that space when you do it right, when you're doing something that makes you feel good instead of an obligation. And then I also give you permission. I give you permission to say no. If there is something that you have been invited to, if there is a tradition that you have always done, but it just feels wrong. Not that, we all have those moments where it's like, oh, we'd rather lay in bed than what, right? Fill in the blank. But this is something that is a little bit different, not just a motivation thing, but truly does not feel right in your energetic space anymore. Then say no. Because if I learned anything in the last year and a half, sometimes you have to say yes to yourself. And say no to something else in order to have that comfort, joy, and peace internally. So if you need somebody to give you permission, I give you that permission. We just exited November, and I can't tell you how many posts I saw on social media, people talking about November. It's okay to say no. And I think we oftentimes, as women, especially women in the family of origin, women building our own traditions, we don't want to say no. We want to say yes to everything, or at least that's the kind of woman I am. But I've had to realize that sometimes it's okay to say no, to say yes to you, to say yes to something better. And just really sit with that a minute. Don't say no, super fast, but really think about what you have on your plate, what all those expectations are. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to start new traditions and to forge a different path. It's okay. In regard to food, one of my biggest suggestions to you, and there's a couple of other tips on here about how to take care of your body in relationship to food, in relationship to that, buffet that you're going to be presented with at times. But love it or leave it is my tip. Love it, eat it, leave it if you don't like it. If it's something that you just are like, I sometimes like that food, If somebody's asking you to have something that you just don't like, it's okay to say no, thank you. Again, we're back to the no. It's okay to say no, thank you. So if you love the food, eat it, but eat it with giving yourself full permission to eat it. So if you really want that snickerdoodle cookie, or if you really want, I don't even know, I'm not a big sweets person, so I don't even know what the things are. I know pumpkin, but whatever that thing is, the peppermint white chocolate bar, that's one I like. So the peppermint white chocolate bars are on the buffet. If you love it, then take one and enjoy eating it. Don't beat yourself up later. Don't beat yourself up while you're eating it, saying, I shouldn't have eaten this. I can't believe I'm eating this. Just enjoy the food for the moment. Don't eat the whole plate because there's other people there probably. But enjoy the piece of peppermint bark, I think they call it. And then again, if something is there that you don't want to eat, then don't even try it. You're not going to hurt your hostess's feelings if you don't try everything that they have for you. You can try a little bit of it and still have fun and still honor your own body. Again, a couple of other tips on here for self-care. We are in a busy hustle bustle season, but don't forget the self-care, because you're going to go into January and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I am so depleted. I am so energetically drained. And I don't want that for you. Let's head into 2022 energized, feeling good about ourselves. And if you have moments, I want to leave you with something that I have done. Well, two things. One of the things is I've introduced essential oils in my life, and I never, ever, ever thought I would do that. Really never. But one of the oils that I want to tell you about is Breathe. And it's one, I use doTERRA. You might have this from a different source. It's often referred to as a respiratory blend. And some people use it for that, to breathe better, right? Sinuses. But another way that this blend, at least the blend that I use, is super helpful is to help process those big, heavy grief moments. And the holidays are, as much as we're at the most wonderful time of the year, sometimes it's not so wonderful. And sometimes it's really heavy. And that is an oil that if you rub it over your chest space, that it really helps to breathe normally, to take that deep breath that you really need when you're in a deep grief season. And again, this could be grief from a loss of a loved one. And if you're going through that, I am deeply sorry. If you need a resource for that, I have a friend that talks a lot about grief. She is amazing. She lost her husband unexpectedly years ago and really has a heart for helping people in that grief space. She does a lot of free training on Instagram. So message me if you're in that space and just struggling, because she could be a ray of sunshine in your world. But the other thing is that, again, those times when we can't be with our loved ones that are even here and it feels really heavy, that's a way that you can, kind of alleviate that very quickly for you. And then the other way that I do this is with an energetic healing device. This is a quantum frequency healing device called the AO scanner. And it's something that I introduced a couple of months ago. And the other day I was processing some big emotions for whatever reason. And I don't even remember exactly what was going on in my life at the moment, but I did the inner voice scan on here, and you just talk into this little device. I have clients that call me and leave me voice messages so that I can send them the frequencies to listen to. But one of the things that our body loves that we don't often give it enough of is a balanced energetic space, because we're often too high or too low. And sometimes we don't even realize this is happening, but other times we really do. And again, even a high for too long is not good for our body. We need to bring it down to a normal state, its normal state. And this is different for everybody. But I just talked into this little device for 10 seconds, and then I put my headphones in. And the feeling that I have, sometimes I feel this way, sometimes I don't feel it. But at that moment, it was like I was being washed from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes. And everything it just went into a peaceful state. And I am just blown away every time that something like that happens, whether I'm doing a meditation or whether I'm using that healing device. But if that's something that you want to try, again, in my link in bio is there's a space to do a free consultation. And so go to that space. We can do a discovery call, and I can just do this with you real quick and see what you think of it. These are frequencies. These are good frequencies. They won't hurt you in any way. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, Julie, you are so weird. I get it, because I thought the same thing. I still look at things I do and go, that's so weird. But it helps, and that's what matters. So again, I want to leave you knowing that this holiday season can be different for you. Choose to make it different. Choose to shine where you are, whether it's in your living room watching another Hallmark movie or being out with friends. Make it your choice. Make it something that you energetically feel right about. And again, for other holiday tips to get through the season with comfort and joy without Scrooging over your body, because your body is still going to be with you in January, then go to my link in bio and download that free resource. Until next time.